Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Sunday, Mosh Pit. I know we're not doing any random run day today because we did lose one during Wednesday's Tainted Eve run, but I wanted to do one today, and just because I am also going to be recording this before Saturday's live stream, so that way, because obviously I'm going to be consuming the live stream today, coming up later today, which is technically, I guess, yesterday for y'all, but this is a crazy timeline. So, but thank you all very much for the support. We're still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes. Obviously, I have no idea if Saturday's video did go over 3K because I'm recording it on Saturday. Hopefully it did. But if not, then, we'll get there. So here's your artwork / picture / meme of the day, brought to you by, I'm going to say Year Savani. Hopefully I said that name correctly. Title thread was the wee big man kicking it, watching our favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Sin, for the daily dinner and bedtime routine. All the love. This was absolutely outstanding. I love this picture. It honestly brings like a tear to my eye because it's just like, it puts everything in perspective for me, just how long I've been doing this. And it's so wholesome that like it's wonderful. It's art. So thank you very much, Year Savani. I really hope I'm pronouncing that close to what it's supposed to be. And also shout out to the wee big man. Let's hop on into today's Eden run. Get rocking and rolling. Okay. CJ's gonna be Whiskey Yankee Quebec Alpha Romeo Golf 8 Juliet. Starting off with Tech X and Box of Spiders. So yeah, I mean we balling out of control already, y'all. I'm just saying, kind of okay damage. I mean 3.38 is decent enough, but obviously our tears rate is just god awful. Movement speed is also not great. I'd rather have Bob's Rotten Head because at least it takes the place of a bomb rather than like Box of Spiders, which is just literally a box of spiders. Not that Box of Spiders it can't ball out of control. It's just that I'd like to see a little bit more utility out of my active item, and with Bob's Rotten Head, at least we can have the benefit of almost having like infinite bombs in a way versus like, not. Let's go to our shop since it's free to get into obviously on the first floor here, and it's going to be a whole lot of nothing. Not really worth using our bomb for that. Maybe if we use Bob's Rotten Head, it could be worth it, but obviously we got to go back to our item room real quick. But yeah, hopefully the live stream went well yesterday. I'm recording this from the past, so which is technically the future for me because the stream I don't know, it's weird. The timelines are they're all shaping up, but hopefully it went well. Hopefully a lot of people came out and enjoyed themselves. Watch a little bit of Isaac, watch a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends, all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, so interesting. So we have 2020 now combined with Tech X, combined with not a lot of tears rate, but if we keep going for our shot multipliers here, we will not be negatively impacted by the tears down. Like if we end up getting like inner eye or quad shot, something like that. So this is a very interesting start. I would have honestly preferred to not have Tech X. And we get a luck and range upgrade. All right. Well, at least we get that 4th cent. As far as last week's question of the episode from last Sunday, I actually decided not to read it because I sort of homogenized both Saturday and Sunday's question of the episode unknowingly, unexpectedly. Because Sundays was talking about, what does everyone think of the idea of the user-created content? And by the way, I need to walk that back a little bit. It's not user-created content in the sense that like I'm using someone else's content for my own content. It's like I'm using their runs and reviewing them and offering advice and that sort of thing. So it sounds weird when I say user-created content because like it's just, I don't know. It's got a nasty corporate tinge to it. I'm not a fan of it. But it was essentially, what did you think about the Mosh Pit runs and like, the idea of like reviewing them and analyzing that sort of thing. And it was very, very positive. People were really stoked. A couple people were, understandably kind of like, well, I kind of watch Sinvicta's channel to watch Sinvicta, not someone else. And I totally get that. Like I'm with you there. Can't make everyone happy. So hopefully, and that's the thing about, excuse me, that's the thing about doing the live streams is that it's not going to take place of the regular daily dose of Isaac here on the channel is just going to be something extra that we're going to do once a week, maybe once a month. It again, it kind of depends. Obviously, YouTube streams are very, very popular, and you know, it gives me a way to connect with people in the mosh pit who are in the YouTube mosh pit, just in a way that like I can't do. The live setting is just so much different than, you know, the regular offline setting. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go for angel deals here. But going angel deals is, you know, I saw Spirit Sword there, so I kind of was like, maybe we'll take that as a sign that we gotta do angel deals today. That sounds like a good idea. Yes, the cough is still bad because recording this video roughly like, I don't know, about 2 hours after I recorded Saturday's video. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm just being honest, you know. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be beat after Saturday's. Eye drops doesn't. I mean, I guess eye drops makes sense for Tech X because it does just translate to just a straight up tiers upgrade. Yeah, we'll take eye drops. Okay. Finally get ourselves a soul heart. There might be the super secret room here. I'd be surprised. Oh wow, calling me shocked. I would not have expected there, and it doesn't matter anyway. All right. But yeah, you know, I've been doing what doctors have been telling me. You know, I mean, obviously yesterday we had a double run, but it wasn't like that long. The real problem, it seems like right now, is when I do combined recording and as well as do like long live streams on Twitch, like with the Pokemon stuff. And also it doesn't help that like I get super duper excited about the Pokemon breaks and stuff on Twitch. So it's rough, man. Cause like I don't like being limited and doing anything that I'm used to doing for a while now. Like you can't stop me from working, sort of a thing. But you know, I also, like, you don't know better than doctors. So it's been a little bit of a challenge to transition into like a little bit more laid back working. Like, we're not doing as long of videos or, you know, that sort of thing right now. Anyway, this is just, it's all temporary. I want to make sure everyone understands that this is temporary. It's not a permanent change here. Also, yes, I didn't go back for the eye drops because I think that honestly, with us having the membership card, I think that we can do better than just eye drops, especially if we end up seeing like Squeezy or something, which we probably won't, but now we probably will because the game is doing its damnedest to make sure that people believe that I know what's happening in the seeds beforehand. What a power that would be. I would just it's like, oh, here comes Magic Mush. Oh, or I'll bet you 20 Twitch subs that we had Skinny on Mushroom on this mushroom. Like the freaking Isaac Nostradamus over here. Just remind me. Speaking of Nostradamus, I've been watching. I don't know how many of you overlap your content consumption with Twitch or not. But I'm a big fan of, there's a Twitch channel called Salty Bet. Those of you who've been around long enough know that way back in the day, Husky and I did an impromptu live commentary over Salty Bet. And what Salty Bet is, it's almost like a Twitch institution in a way, because like it's so legendary. What it is a Mugen emulator that is set up to be a tournament fighter. And Mugen or Mugen, however you want to pronounce it, it is essentially like every single pop culture character that you can ever imagine fighting each other. They have custom animations, sounds, all kinds of crazy stuff, and it sets up for some of the wackiest wackiest fights that you can think of. Like think like Papa Smurf versus like freaking like Naruto or someone. Like it's that level of wackiness, right? It is hilarious. It's still consistently one of the purest forms of entertainment that I can find, just because it is so unironically funny. And on top of that, like honestly, like the best part is that chat in Salty Bet just makes it better. They have their own lore, they have their own terminology. It's so great, man. I love Salty Bet. What I don't love are these freaking shops, dude. Anyway, but there was a fighter named Nostradamus that had all kinds of crazy, silly, unimaginable powers, and it's just, I don't know, it just reminded me of that. Salty Bet's so great. We cannot do anything with there, so we could go in the curse room. We could go in the curse room and maybe get something out of the boss trap room, but we're not going for Devil Deals right now, so I don't think that's worthwhile. Pageant boy, that's just super duper great. Thanks for the 7 cents, Pageant boy. Oh boy. Well, unsurprising fashion with the Tech X start, we are on Necropolis 1 after only 8 minutes, or 11 minutes and 44 seconds on the video runtime. Completely whiffed that Bob's Rotten Head. My God. A Salty Bet, you definitely go check him out. One of my biggest claims to fame that like I'm so like starstruck by is that Salty Bet follows me on Twitter, or X now, I guess, whatever you want to call that website. Horrible, crazy website. I'm like, Salty Bet followed me. Like they at the same time they also followed Husky as well, which is. Obviously, it was in response to us making that commentary video so long ago. That was like, when was that? That was like freaking 2014, 2015. I don't know. But man, that's one of the. I wish that I did post it in the Mosh Pit Discord a while ago, because I actually found that it was archived on some website that archives Husky's old videos or whatever. And I actually found that Salty Bet VOD, and I ended up downloading it, and I think I uploaded it as a private video on my channel, which you all obviously can't see right now, but I think that like I'll never release it, obviously, but like, you know, I gave it to Husky. Maybe he'll release it one day. He's been re-releasing all this stuff lately. That is one of the funniest things that both of us can, like, consistently we're just out of breath from laughing so hard. It was the first time that he and I ever watched Salty Bet, so yeah, it's a good time, man. Sometimes I like to hide a tinted rock in this room. Checking it. There is no tinted rock in here. Okay, sometimes they do. They like to cluster them together and hide the hide the X. Excuse me. Gotta spray. Gotta spray, even though I shouldn't, because I've already sprayed twice tonight. Honestly, lard is not too bad anymore. It's certainly not as bad as Thunder Thighs are, in my opinion. What am I doing? I guess, I mean, we do have a full charge, so just let's see what we can get out of this. I'm guessing probably Devil Deal, which will be fine because we have enough HP now. But man, we need something. Like, I'm glad that we've been getting damage upgrades at least, but we need a Tears upgrade bad, real bad, like WoW bad. And I'm not talking World of Warcraft bad. I'm saying like WoW bad. I get shot speed, which is technically kind of a DPS down in a way for Tech X. Oh my gosh, we didn't get a Curse the Blind on our boss rush? What is this? What is this, 2019? I don't know what that's referencing. I had to throw a date out somewhere. I also don't know why I enunciated date really weird there. My brain's like, dude, we gotta get some sleep. Surprise, surprise. We're entering in a really cool arc for content here for Isaac, and y'all have no idea what's coming your way next. As I reiterated, I'm gonna reiterate what I said yesterday, talking about the Canthio week, where I have my friends and peers, do a week of their own runs for me, just so I can take a much needed, just a week off of not talking as much as possible. I wanted to do that this week for the Thanksgiving week, but that's just not going to happen. I don't have the videos in time, and yeah. I feel like we already got. Didn't we get? Well, I guess we got Small Rock on the last run. Okay, well now we've successfully nuked our movement speed. I was okay with taking Lard. I was iffy on taking Small Rock, but it is damage up, and damage scale is insanely well with Tech X. And we need all the damage we can get thanks to 2020. So, what I'm not a fan of is obviously the movement speed down. It does give us a slight tears up, which does help us, but. I mean, I'll take Little Steven, but it's really not what we want right now. And we do have the Wafer as well. I didn't even talk about the Wafer. The Wafer obviously is going to have all the damage that we take, so we don't have to worry about taking full hearts of damage anymore. They're simply just going to be a half heart, and that includes also playing the Sacrifice Room. Moonbeam replaces all coin and key spawns with Bomb Heart. But no, we don't want to lose keys. I mean, it's cool like you replace it with like hearts and stuff, but yeah, no thanks. There's nothing that we would want except a Yara rune. Get a Yara rune, okay. So we can use the Yara. And I guess get a soul heart. I don't really know where I was going here. Maybe we'll get a nickel here. Okay, hang on now. Wait, the secret room could be to the right of the boss room. It's not. Okay. Yeah, just Yara it. Keep it simple. Get ourselves a Yara. This gives us another ability to buy the second soul heart, which is not something that we needed, but it's nice to have, obviously. And we'll come back here, grab our strength card. Because we don't really need a chariot card. We do need a strength card if we're going to be taking devil deals. Assuming we actually get one. And, surprised the secret room's not there. It's actually a little bit difficult to land a Bob's Rotten Head throw on Red Mom. It's even more difficult to actually get her to stand in the poison, so we got kind of lucky there. Lucky or calculated. Take the negative, it gives us a nice little damage boost. Contract from below. I don't know, man. The contract from below is great, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we'll take contract from below. And we don't have Maggie's bow, so we're not going to heal for double. And, yep, that's a boss rush, all right. Now, is contract from below worth taking over locking yourself out of angel deals? It's honestly debatable. If you don't have consumable problems, it's probably not worth it. But if you do, then yeah, it's probably worth it. Right now, we don't really have a lot of consumables. Like, we have no keys, barely. Oh, that's just a bonus right there. That's obviously the dream scenario, is getting double soul heart payout or better. If we can get an HP upgrade here, or something like the compass or movement speed or something, that'd be great. This run is certainly not in trouble by any means, but we're not in a fantastic spot. Tech X is really what's going to be driving this run here. Well, Steven, you chill out. We just need 1 cent. Or 2 cents. I don't remember how many we gave that judgment. No problem using the bomb there, or Bob's Rotten Head there, because obviously we're just going to get a full charge from doing a double room anyway. If you're wondering what I'm clearing for here, I'm just looking for literally like 2 cents. And of course the game is not going to give that to us because, you know, game listens to you, etc., etc. Ooh, now Brainworm work with Tech X? I don't even know. I don't think it does. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like it does. Well, I guess if we really want 2 cents, we can get it. Yeah, the golden warfly. I'm gonna just go ahead and take a pass on that. I mean, at least Petrified Poop can still technically pay out with something good. And we should go in the curse room. There's no skin out far back to go in the curse room here. It's only going to cost us 1 soul heart, so it's not that big. The super worthy cause there of going in the curse room. Get our soul heart back anyway, so no biggie. I do want a full charge on Bob's Rotten Head, but I also don't really want to go like searching for it, like a double room. Doing great, little Steven. Regular old HP upgrade and Maw of the Vizoid. Yeah. And yeah. Probably should use the strength card there so it didn't cost us any soul hearts, but I didn't think about it because we had Curse of the Unknown. We have a decent amount of HP here, so we should be okay. That somehow missed. Isaac, I don't know what's going on with your eyes right now, but I'm not really digging it. Obviously, Maw of the Void will be taking over as our primary source of damage here. Really shocked that the secret room's not there. I'm even more shocked now that I see that room. He almost got us, Larry Jr. Now, there's another operative question that becomes apparent here, which is, are we going to go for a strategic hush kill? I think the answer, like, it definitely, it kind of depends on what we end up seeing in this devil deal here on this floor, if we get one. Because we don't have a lot of HP, obviously, and also our damage is not great. Our DPS is not great. Our damage is so-so. I mean, is 7.31 damage really enough to beat Hush? I mean, could I do it? I probably could. And we do have the member card, so you know, if we get a little bit more money, I would say that's the best case scenario. It would be one of the rare times where a strategic Hush kill might be called for. You also got to remember that we're going to Lamb, so I don't know. It depends on what our HP is at. We got to see. Obviously, you see our damage going up here. That's from Bloody Lust. Anytime we take damage, we're going to gain a permanent, well, floor permanent, a damage upgrade. Then once we leave the floor, obviously, we lose the damage upgrade. Lieutenant Rock in here, unfortunately. There usually is one. Not mine, shoop to whoop, just saying. Also, I need to stop holding the fire button down because it's actually robbing our attack with Camel Undies. I will take an Eternal Heart here for sure. Again, this is another room that usually has a Tinted Rock, but there's no Tinted Rock present. Those some high arcing shots there. Ace of Spades. I think we're going to hold on to the Strength card. We could use... You never know when we're going to need that extra HP, that extra little oomph. And plus, you know, the damage upgrade from the Strength card is also kind of important. Oh, there. I thought that the Void was charged. Almost gave myself a reverse jump scare because I was waiting for Maw of the Void to go off and it didn't. I cannot justify fighting Hush here, especially without the Polaroid. It just doesn't make sense from a strategic level with only 18 cents. And, you know, we have enough HP. I just don't think that it's worth pursuing. It's like this room is not worth doing. A curved shot there. Again, this is another room that usually has a Tinted Rock, but there's none. I'm really looking forward to seeing the mosh pit runs. You know, whether we call it Bronze League Isaac or Isaac League Heroes or something like that, I think that it's gonna be a grand old time. Yep. We get the double Soul Heart payout there, which I'm pretty stoked about. There's our secret room. Be super duper lazy here. I could have just walked in the other room, but kind of deserve that one. Again, with us having the wafer, it's not that, I mean, you never want to take damage, obviously, but if you're going to take damage, you definitely want to parlay it with something that's going to give you more damage, the more damage that you take. It's hard to hit Fallen when he's slow like that with a bomb. Unless you have Bob's Rotten Head, then you're all Gucci. You charge up. Oh, the Void for Stanley. There we go. All right, so let's see if holding on to the Strength card for so long was worth it. Lord of the Pit, 9 lives. Oh my goodness, Lusty Blood as well. All right, so what we want to do here, the only one we can take, we want to maintain our Polaroid, not Polaroid, sorry, our negative, which isn't really that big of a deal. I think what we do is we take 9 lives. It only costs our red hearts. And then we use the Strength card. And then we could take either the movement speed and flying upgrade, or we take Lusty Blood. You don't really need flying as we do Lusty Blood. But then I'm going to take flying anyway. So, get Leviathan. Easy peasy. So overall, very, very solid run. Besides these little hits of bad damage, that was an incredible dodge. I was not even trying to do that. I couldn't do that dodge again if you asked me to. The dead end. Right. Yeah, obviously getting carried by Tech X from the start on is gonna make any run a lot easier. I definitely appreciate it, even though I know that we're not gonna go into overtime today. I do have help hopefully coming soon. I do have some I have some scans and a procedure coming up looking to address the issue of the cough. First off, they still have to figure out what it is, what's exactly causing it, whether it's dehydration or GERD or something like that. Then the next thing obviously is to treat it, but we have to diagnose it first. So all these scans and stuff like that. I have an endoscopy coming up. I have a CT scan coming up to address everything. Like they gotta. It's just like we did in IT. Like you always want to kind of rule stuff out before you start ruling stuff in, because it's easy to be like, oh, it could be anything. It's like, yeah, it literally could be anything. But if we rule stuff out that it can't be, then hey, guess what? That everything and anything turns into, well, we know it can't be everything. Pretty neat to see how just medical stuff work. I mean, it's never fun, obviously, but like it's still cool to see the process. How similar it is to like just diagnosing like a computer problem or like car troubles or something. It's like, yeah, we still just need to find out what's going on. It's impossible to treat it if we don't know what's happening. So, but yeah, great run today. Thank you for watching, everyone. Your question of the episode today is going to be, what is your thought on 2020? Is it worth the damage down? Is it worth the tiers compensation if you end up getting some kind of multi-shot? Post them in the comments down below. Hopefully I see you, or I saw you, I guess, technically, on the Saturday stream. It'll be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for that to happen. Yeah, post your thoughts down below on 2020. Thank you for all the support, everyone. Hope you had a great Sunday. As always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Kylie Smith, Jim, Harry Jim, and Rick Roo 59. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.